So I just started making these videos and it's a lot of fun. One of the people that were very influential was a guy named Professor Doom. And if you remember Professor Doom, I don't have to say anything. But if you don't know who Professor Doom is, then he's just somebody that you can't help but listen to and respect. When I first started becoming aware of the reality of the situation that we're in, my experience was probably just like everybody else's. I just happened to stumble along something by accident. I think it was about chemtrails, and then I was hooked. And somewhere along the line, I found Professor Doom. But I never felt like I could hold a conversation with him, so I didn't really reach out to him. Then I had some personal struggles in my life. To make a long story short, I spent 3 years in prison, and the whole time I was there, I studied. And then when I got out, then I could finally felt like I could hold a conversation with Doom. I went to look him up, but I couldn't find him anywhere. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found him through a Sandy Hook. Doom was one of the lead researchers in exposing the Sandy Hook hoax. So ironically, I found him on the Sandy Hook victims page cheering that Doom was arrested. There was a bunch of misinformation, but they included his name. So I ran his name through a inmate locator site, found the facility he was at, and I contacted the facility. I got his inmate number, and I just dropped him a line. About a week later, he called me about 7 o'clock in the morning. Now we talk like every other day. He is a truther conspiracy rock star. He's one of the coolest cats you'll ever meet. And I just put this out there. He had about 65,000 subscribers on his first channel that YouTube yanked. So I know that there's people out there that wondering, where did Doom go? Hopefully this will kind of take off. We can do it on a regular basis. But this is me recording a phone call from him and Montana State Penitentiary. Here he is, guys.
Just to everybody out there, this is Professor Doom, and I am talking to you all from the Montana State Prison. Just wanted to reach out to everybody out there and say hello, that I miss everybody, and that I definitely, I can't wait to get back out there and get back to work.
So,
yeah.
All your fans are going to know who you are, but to all the new people that don't really know you, do you want to give yourself like how would you describe what it is that what your specialty is and all that?
Well, for the people out there who know me, you know that I specialize in every topic that you can imagine when it comes to our platform out there on YouTube, whether it be the ancient gods, whether it be the Illuminati, the secret societies, the shadow government, the faux exercises that our government's been putting on. One that comes to, we'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, for everybody out there who doesn't know me, I invite you to check out Professor Doom 2 channel, and you'll see some of my videos out there.
I'm going to put some links in the description box.
Okay, good.
So that everybody can find it, and it'll be on my pages as well. But I'm just starting off, so I really don't have that many subscribers yet. But I'm definitely going to make it easier for people to find the Professor Doom channel.
Sure. Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, and for everybody out there, there's something else I wanted to say too while I got my mind on it. Don't believe everything the news has said about the incident that happened. The reasons why they said that they believed it happened was not true. For anybody who's thinking that maybe they mind controlled me, or no, it was nothing like that. Nothing like that. And I'll get into more of the whys, the hows, and the what fors when I do make it out there. Hopefully that will be rather sooner than any time later, if everything goes right here in the next couple of weeks. I may be getting to get back to work out there in the coming months, hopefully. For everybody out there who will be listening to this, Jesse here, he reached out to me as a fan who was a fan of my earlier work. He was one particular person who reached out to me here in prison, who found me, and we've been corresponding here for, what is it now?
A couple of months, 2 months or so. And I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
and-
that the people that are going to be listening to this, they're already going to know not to trust what the news says about anything in general. That's I was thinking about adding that too, like, because I didn't. When I read into the websites, I learned where you were, and ironically, from the Sandy Hook, that whole community is not in the Professor Doom fan club. And they're the ones that really turned me on as to where you were. Oh, and speaking of that real quick, that guy, Wolf Halbig, what's his name?
Oh, Wolfgang Halbig?
Yeah, he was arrested the day before yesterday down in Florida.
What?
So he's back in the news again. I just thought I'd tell you in case you didn't know.
Okay, so he's been arrested, but has he been released on bond, or is he still in custody?
Yeah,
Do we
so
know?
he posted a $5,000 bond.
Okay. There should be a phone number. You should be able to, if you Google it, if you Google Wolfgang Halbig's phone number and you look, he's not shy about posting his phone number out there. You give him a call. Me and him used to communicate almost on a daily basis. So if you communicate to him and tell him that he's in my thoughts and everything, and I definitely do miss talking to him, and I hope everything goes okay with him on this new whatever the heck they're doing to him. I'm wondering if it happens to be none other than Noah Posner's father, Lenny Posner.
I think that's who it was, because I remember seeing the Posner's name in the headlines. And you know what? I can Google it real quick while I got this window open. But so yeah,
that's okay. We only have 15. We only have a 15-minute phone call, and yeah, you could do that. After we're done. But and then when I get a chance to call you later on, you can let me know. But as far as anybody out there listening to this, they'll be out there Googling themselves. They'll be Googling it and finding out what the heck's going on. And this video's going up on your channel. I would put it up on mine, but as I'm sure you've already been told, there's an issue with the password has been changed to my YouTube channel that I have to be able to get out there to correct that issue. So I can't even post a video on my YouTube channel at the moment, or have it done for me. So what I would do is I'll say this.
Can I just butt in real quick?
Sure.
Wolfgang was arrested for being in possession of
he had a fake
the victim's
ID
dad's ID. Mm-hmm.
for
It wasn't Lenny Posner?
the headline I saw. I didn't get a chance to look, and it just said that he was harassing the father of a supposed victim, and he had their ID also.
Okay.
I just knew that you had some connections to him, so I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, if you give him a call, just tell him that Professor Doom is. I'm sure he knows where I'm at, because I'm sure everybody who I was ever in contact with knows where I'm at right now. That's not a big mystery. But any Professor Doom fans happen to come across this video and they'd like to write me, I'd love to hear from everybody. The only way I have a communication with anybody right now is not through video, but through snail mail. Put the address in here if they want to, and my name. It doesn't bother me. Everybody knows my name by now, my real name. But Philip Craigie, Craigie, and the AO number, which is the offender whatever number, is 302-3754. And the address is 50 Crossroads Drive, Shelby, Montana, 59474. And you have to have the AO number on there. That's a given. If there's no AO number, they're going to return the letter back to you. So, but I definitely would love to hear from everybody. My sister had posted some of this information on my YouTube channel well over, probably almost 2 years ago. Maybe it was a year and a half, a little over that, whatever. And there was a lot of my fans out there that I did get to read some of your responses, and I do appreciate all of the well wishes and the kind words that everybody was sharing on the channel there. Thank you all. Other than that, Jesse, anything that you think that they would want to know or you want to ask
Well,
me?
I mean, I was just like, so been on your mind lately? What kind of access to the news do you have? Do you ever get like a national paper, or do you get to watch the Fox News on the TV? I mean, how do you keep up with current events right now?
Well, I do have my girl right here who's on the phone with us. No names. I'm going to leave her out of this because, but she sends me in all kinds of great information. And one of the topics I wanted to talk about to everybody is anybody who knows me, you know that I'm into the whole secret societies and their worship of the ancient gods, especially Sol, Invictus, Saturn, Cronus, that stuff right there. So one of the stories that did capture my attention here as of late was about 8 to 10 months ago, I think it was. There was a Sol Payas, S-O-L, and Payas. That's the girl who allegedly left her Florida home and drove to Colorado, and she picked up a shotgun along the way, and she committed suicide on her way. It was some kind of something that had to do with Columbine. The name itself, the name that they give her, Sol Payas. Now, I don't know what the name, the last name Payas represents or what it means, but the whole story does not, even her pictures do not look like someone who is of age 18. And I'm not buying the story, and I think that maybe the name that they gave her may be a clue as to what it's all about. Now,
1 minute remaining.
Oh, there we go. We have 1 minute remaining. So, right. So anyway, the only access to the news that I have here is a couple of channels: CNN, which is full, and of course Fox News Channel, which is another. They're both skewed. One's to the left, and the other one's to the right. But that's really all that I have. And I have to weed out the spin that they put into their news pieces. So. But I've always been good at that. Everybody knows that I'm pretty good at doing stuff like that.
Okay, so we ran out of time. Next time, we'll pick right up where we left off about how to read between the lines if your only source of information is the slanted news. Here's Doom's contact info. His name is Philip Daniel Craigie, inmate number 302-3754 at the Crossroads Correction Center, 50 Crossroads Drive, Shelby, Montana, 59474. So just drop them a line. I did now, and this is all about networking and sticking together. If you've ever been locked up, you know how important it is to know that somebody's out there. Even if you never heard of Professor Doom before, just reach out to him because it's the right thing to do. He'd love to hear from you. I'm not going to talk about his case. You can find out about it if you care that bad. I'm not really doing this to promote myself. I had some negative feedback on one video. I'm not going to address that right now, but that was a complete misunderstanding. I got a couple good ones getting ready to come out. They're original. I choose to stay out of a lot of these stories just because the alternative media is being directed the same way as the mainstream media is, and I don't put energy into that system. Because even if you're exposing it, the energy you put into it is what drives it. So just keep on lookout. If you see Swing Set's new video, just watch it. I do a good job. If you don't agree with something at the beginning, watch it all the way through. Because it's probably a misunderstanding. I'm always going to be on your side. I do a lot of good work. But that's enough about me. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your heads up. And stick together. Start by writing my boy, Professor Doom. I'm out.